Brought to you by WikiVidi.com. The Grand Tour TV series. The Grand Tour is a British motoring television series for Amazon Video presented by Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond and James May, and produced by Andy Willman. The four agreed to produce the series following their departures from the BBC series Top Gear, with an initial agreement of 36 episodes over 3 years. Episodes are scheduled to be released weekly to those with Amazon Prime accounts in the United Kingdom, United States, Germany, Austria and Japan beginning the 18th of November 2016. In the days following the launch, it became Amazon Video's most watched premiere episode. The show was made available to an additional 195 countries and various territories. Repeats of Season 1 were scheduled to begin on traditional broadcasters in late 2017. On the 11th of July 2017, a teaser trailer for Series 2 was released featuring a Mercedes-AMG GTR, Repsol EV2, McLaren 720S, Bugatti Chiron, Audi TT-RS, Rimac Concept 1, a Grumman American AA-5 light aircraft and an armored personnel carrier visiting the Dubai Mall. The trailer closes with Richard Hammond setting off up the Hamburg Hill climb and stating, "Watch this." Season 2 is scheduled for final filming on Wednesdays between October-December 2017, with release beginning in November 2017. Format. The intended format was initially for individual television films, using location shooting without studio segments. But after the title reveal, it was announced that there will be studio segments shot in large tents at various locations. Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos described the deal as being very expensive. Chump and Amazon.com is distributing the show. Studio recordings began on the 17th of July 2016 in Johannesburg, South Africa. Recordings in the United States took place on the 25th of September 2016 in Southern California, with further recordings taking place in Nashville on the 21st of November 2016. Studio recordings in the United Kingdom took place in Whitby on the 13th of October 2016, with further recordings taking place at Loch Ness in December 2016. Further studio recordings took place in Rotterdam on the 22nd of October 2016, and Lapland on the 3rd of November 2016. Stuttgart was also a filming location. In November 2016, it was announced that the final studio filming location would be Dubai in December 2016. A static tent location was planned for Series 2. Test track. The show has a dedicated test track called the Ebola-drome at the former Rathroughton. Clarkson states in the first episode that the name is due to its shape resembling the structure of the Ebola virus. It is designed to trip cars up. According to Clarkson, section names include the Isn't Straight Your Name Here, Old Lady's House, Substation and Field of Sheep. In the first episode, the track was said to have been modified following the discovery of an unexploded Second World War bomb. Cars are tested by NASCAR driver Mike Skinner, known as the American, who considers anything not American front-engine and V8 powered as communist. According to the presenters, Amazon insisted the driver be an American, which is why Skinner was hired. While doing a lap, Skinner makes sarcastic remarks about the car and the presenters. Prior to the first episode, the lap board had been pre-populated with 10 times from a selection of cars, and the laps themselves were not shown, just the timings. The first car to be shown being driven by Skinner with an on-screen lap time was a 2016 BMW M2, recording a time of 1 minute 26 seconds and 2 milliseconds. The track is also used for general filming and testing by the Grand Tour. meaning that other vehicles, such as a Ferrari 488 used in Episode 1, may appear on the track, but are not timed either. Conversation Street. The trio discussed car news. During the conversation, Hammond tends to overshare his opinions, with sexual or homosexual innuendos. Clarkson is usually cut off after saying, "Can I talk about?" before either Hammond or may introduce the next segment. Oftentimes, he attempts to talk about Alfa Romeo. The video introduction to the segment shows the men in silhouette talking animatedly. In each episode, the silhouettes change in various ways. Running gags. The series includes several running gags. During the opening titles of each episode, a camera drone is destroyed. From episode 3 on, one of the presenters' names is always seen misspelled during the opening. In Celebrity Brain Crash, celebrity guests are humorously killed in an accident while making their way to the tent. After each death, May asks, "Does that mean they're not coming on then?" To which Hammond deadpans, "No, James, they're not," while bluntly outlining how dead the celebrity is. This element of the show reflects the BBC's efforts to stop the Grand Tour from interviewing celebrity guests, as had been the focus of the Top Gear star in a reasonably priced car segment. Production. The format of segments in the program are a result of needing to ensure differentiation from the team's previous work on Top Gear for the BBC. The show is presented from a pair of large tents on a grand tour around the world. The presenters sit around a trestle table with a studio audience seated in front of them. The Conversation Street segment allows discussion of current events at the time of filming. Lap times are shown on an electronic scoreboard. A recurring test driver used for lap times is a named NASCAR character portraying a stereotypical redneck accent and viewpoints, and prone to tangential speech. Any celebrity guests booked for the Celebrity Brain Crash segment are shown being killed off before they can be interviewed by the presenters. Naming. The show's title was announced as the Grand Tour on the 11th of May 2016. The show's logo was unveiled by Clarkson on Twitter on the 28th of June 2016. There was speculation that the show could be called Gear Knobs after a trademark application was made for that name by an associated company, but Clarkson stated in October 2015 that this would not be the title. He explained in April 2016 that the word gear could not be used for legal reasons. A short trailer was released on the 8th of April 2016 portraying Clarkson, Hammond and May brainstorming for a suitable name for the new series before ending with a hashtag. Another short trailer was posted by Clarkson on Facebook, yet again portraying the trio attempting to conjure up a suitable name. But this time, they end up getting distracted and completely forgetting the task at hand. Shortly afterwards, the trailer was released on the Amazon Video UK YouTube channel. Filming. United Broadcast Facilities in the Netherlands won the contract for the outside broadcasting tent segments. 14 microphones are used for recording the audience reaction laugh track within the tent. The mobile studio audio setup uses LAWO mixing desks connected via MADI for live sound mixing, recording and talkback intercoms. In July 2016, following the completion of filming for the Grand Tour, an offshore powerboat racing powerboat C-237 belonging to Sunis Racing was stopped in the San Marco Basin and impounded by police near to San Zaccaria, Venice, for only having insurance during filming itself and not afterwards. Promotion. Following the public naming of the show, Amazon offered new customers a £20 discount for their first year on Amazon Prime during 16 May 2016. A trailer announcing the release date of the show as the 18th of November 2016 was posted on the show's YouTube channel on the 15th of September 2016. A second full-length trailer was released on the 6th of October 2016. Trailers have used the music "Come With Me Now" by Congos as part of their marketing campaign. Amazon placed crashed Toyota Prius cars at Hackeschermarkt in Berlin, in front of London King's Cross railway station, and on the Hollywood Walk of Fame outside the Dolby Theatre in Los Angeles. Sponsorship. In mid-2016, DHL began sponsoring the transport costs of the tent and mobile studio. In June 2016, in connection with a sponsorship deal, the presenters had uploaded videos of themselves attempting to assemble DHL-branded shipping boxes. The first episode stated that promotional consideration had been given by the Breitling Jet team, DHL and Samsung. 8 of the Breitling Jet aircraft took part in the opening sequence flyovers. For Episode 2, the list included 5.11 Tactical. A DHL Boeing 757 was featured in the opening sequence of Episode 5. The tent was located in Rotterdam and the DHL logo is featured on part of the crash barrier at the Ebolodrome. Reception. The show has received positive reviews from critics, with The Guardian saying, "Jeremy Clarkson and co leave the BBC in their dust." Daily Express TV reporter Neela Debnath commented that the first episode resembled a Hollywood blockbuster and added that the Grand Tour is basically Top Gear on steroids. However, BBC arts editor Will Gompertz said of the opening that there is no irony. It feels uncomfortably hubristic. But once the presenters were in the tent, normal service has been resumed, and that it seemed to me that Grand Tour is a TV show that wants to be and quite possibly should be a movie. The Independent described the Grand Tour as the best of Top Gear but with a greater budget. The Wrap reported an estimate by Symphony Advanced Media that the opening weekend viewer count for the Grand Tour was 3 times the size of the opening weekend of The Man in the High Castle. Episode 2 was somewhat less favorably received by fans and critics. The Telegraph wrote about the Jordan segment. A tedious action movie segment suggested that they were in danger of losing the run of themselves slightly, and that Amazon's hands-off policy towards the production had potential downsides. Radio Times said that many of the viewers were disgruntled, to say the least, branding the show as dull and not funny. Richard Hammond was criticized by Stonewall, Peter Tatchell and Ollie Alexander amongst others for a comment he made in Episode 6, where he implied that men who eat ice cream are homosexual. It was later revealed that the comment was an in-joke for the Finnish audience as a reference to a controversial TV commercial that aired in Finland. The Grand Tour received a nomination in the Original OTS-streamed category at the 2017 Television and Radio Industries Club Awards. In April 2017, Brad Anderson of Car Scoop stated that he prefers Top Gear versus the Grand Tour. According to Anderson, Top Gear had become even better, whereas the Grand Tour seemed more scripted, less natural, and that stages forced attention is often skewed the way from the cars as the presenters, namely Clarkson, seem to chase controversy and headlines. Anderson continues that in-studio segments became repetitive quickly, particularly Celebrity Brain Crash, also noting that all 3 The Grand Tour hosts seem to spend far too much time needling each other. And test driver Mike Skinner offers no worthwhile commentary. On the review aggregation website Rotten Tomatoes, Series 1 of the Grand Tour has a fresh rating of 83% based on 6 reviews with an average rating of 8.0/10. Broadcast. Australian free-to-air network 7 Network will broadcast Series 1 of the Grand Tour starting October 2017. Brought to you by WikiVidi.com. Would you like to know more?